Shreyashi Roy.
Shreyashi, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, I have a question regarding which I have faced during communicating, conducting communication skills or other
Even
soft
others
skills.
can answer this. Okay, all our trainers here, you all can
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
sure.
Yes, ma'am.
In most of the trainings we find there are one or two trainees who try to answer everything, and that at times is a bit distracting, and also others feel distracted because of that. So again and again, one or two person, they will always try to speak, always try to say something. Maybe
This happens in which session? Is it college, school, corporate?
I think mostly in the corporate sessions.
Okay.
In the corporate soft skills sessions. I mean, there are one or two people who want to grab attention, and always they would bring up their points, though they are valid points, but not. We want other participants to also communicate, to also reply and respond. So others hardly get a chance for that. This I had experienced several times. So.
Okay.
What
anyone has an answer for this? You all also can suggest.
Yeah, I have taken a lot of corporate trainings. So in my case, I always keep it interactive. If a person is not interactive, like suppose when we start with the session, what I do is, let's suppose there are 40 members, so they have to tell each other's hobbies. Means suppose there are 6 members in team, so they have to tell each other's hobbies. So once they start picking up, they will participate. If they are not participating in the beginning of the session, so you cannot expect they'll participate in the mid of the session or at the end of the session. That's my kind of observation. Because if you're participating in the beginning of the session, let's suppose I have participated in the beginning of the session, so I feel interesting and I feel valued. If I'm parting in the middle of the session, I somewhere feel like left out, or if I tell something that might goes wrong.
Yeah. I also had an observation, Srinivas. Ma'am, that was a very valid question which you have asked. I think when it comes to corporate sessions, it is mostly adult learning. Adults, the first question they ask themselves is, what is in it for me? A company usually pays for them. They're not going to pay from their own pockets. The company sponsors. Out of 20, again, let's take a example of 20. If one or two are the ones who are participating because they're very passionate, and ultimately they probably may be dominating the entire conversation. So again, I'm still in the learning phase, but what I have seen in other sessions when I have attended and have taken few of the sessions as well, the trainer, I think, just need to use a presence of mind, use these one or two talkative people and divide these sessions into multiple clusters or batches. Put these talkative people, give them a task to make other person also talk in a similar way, or at least to open up to a certain extent. When they're given that extra responsibility, either with a small reward or an incentive, I'm sure they will go out of the way to also make others talk. It's like a task which is given to them throughout the entire session, be it 1 or a half day or how many hours it is. I think that approach would also probably work, is what I feel.
Thank you.
So, I mean, if I may add to this, so even I come across a lot of situations like this. So when someone is not interactive and they're not asking, so they're not answering the questions that are posed. So what I usually do is I usually pick people. I call them by name and I ask them this question. That's how I get these people answer the question that I usually ask. So if you ask a question to the entire team, they may only people with only people that are extrovert would actually answer the question, and the introverts, they're usually shy. They may not come up. So I usually pick people and I ask this question and then they would answer it. So that's how I usually make the class interactive.
Yeah. Shall I give the suggestion now? Yeah, thank you, everyone.
I would like to share one thing. Actually, I just go with schools.
Madam, wait, I want to know.
Yeah, this is Vijayalakshmi here.
Vijayalakshmi, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Actually, I deal with schools, with colleges, and with corporates, and with employees also sometimes. Everywhere, I find this issue. So when the first round, when they start speaking out, I just listen to the people. The second round, I just make the people who have spoken for the first round, I make them to stand up, and I'll just ask them, you'll be taking up a partner right now, and whatever you wanted to speak out, you just say your partner, and he has to say. So when it comes to the third round, I just ask them, now pick one more partner. Now the third person has to speak. The two have to assist the person to speak out. So when we start this, because I have implemented this in the college, first in the school level, then I have done it for the college level. That really worked out very well for them, because the team spirit is also getting bonded up when we do this type of activities.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I hope, madam, you got the answers.
Yes, it was very nice, and everybody could share their own experiences which were practical. So of course, I would like to implement and use it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And another point which is my takeaway, the point that you are again and again, emphasizing that it's a responsibility on the speaker's part as well as the listener's part. This word responsibility really touched me, because only keeping in mind that we can devise new ways to plan our entire session, which can be more interactive and with which we can come out with the outcome of learning. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, I would like to answer to the question which you asked, ma'am, and thank you for the feedback which you gave. Is in such case, when you are feeling this is happening again and again, you can start with the session with a group discussion. You know, the rule of group discussion goes like this. You should tell the rules, okay? That it is a group discussion, not a debate. You should say that total of 10 to 15, you set a time. You say that 8 people are sitting here. I'll give you 10 minutes time, and you give a topic. You have to discuss. Even if you don't agree with someone, appreciate that and say, I appreciate your view, but here is my point. And you put a rule that out of this 10 minutes, one can speak for a maximum of 4 times. And the winner will be such a person who has spoken and has encouraged others to speak. Consider as a team, if your team members are not speaking, it's your responsibility to make them speak. Only then this team, this group will win. So bring them in that mindset that I am not the alone person here. Tell them that if you speak more, you are disqualified. If you speak less, you are disqualified. You should learn to balance, and you should make your team win. So in that situation, he'll put little extra effort. He's conscious and he'll encourage others also. So now in the further sessions also, you say that this is how the class should go, where you should encourage the others also to speak and give them chance also to speak. Does this work to you, ma'am?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do group discussion sessions in the beginning, because there you have set a rule. Once your rule has been set, they have liked you, then they'll surely follow you. Okay, give them chance to take the class also sometime. If they are having too much of energy, when there is too much of energy, if you hold them, they'll blast, right? Try to partner them with you. Okay, make the breakout rooms or give them different tasks. Give him a leader. Make them form a company. I do this. I do an activity called Shark Tank. Okay, when I see 1 or 2 people dominating and others not doing much, I make those dominating people as leaders and tell them, you take half an hour time and you all form a company and come and ask for money.